I've been making these little dogs that say Bulls by Brody, and I'm gonna do a little bisque fire, and then I'll eventually turn this into a full video where I glaze them. But we're gonna start out with a little bisque fire here, and we're just gonna fire the dogs. So we got quite a few. I'm just gonna show you real quick. So as you can see, we got a ton of these little Bulls by Brody dogs. I don't really want them to warp, so I'm just gonna lay them all flat and then fire them all as one unit. I'm not gonna put anything else in there. And I don't know, we'll see what happens. Hopefully not too many of them curve. We'll get them glazed and then we'll give them out to people for free, probably. I think we'll do for about 10 hours, even though it shouldn't take more than probably 6 to 8. And then start everything on low here. And we'll start her up. Alright, so we're gonna let this heat up. We gotta get our kiln going here. This is what we do. We got a hood vent. I like the hood vents. You can get an Enviro kiln where it goes out the bottom, but as you can see, I just run it right out this window in the basement here. Keeps it nice and cool in here. There's no gases going upstairs. I work up there and you can't smell anything. So we're gonna let this run for about 2 hours. We'll bump it up to medium, run it for about 2, maybe 3 more hours. Then we'll bump it up to high. And then maybe tomorrow afternoon we'll have some glazing to do. That's where we're at right now. We'll come back down here in a couple hours and we'll crank up the kiln, and I'll be back tomorrow with an update. See you then. Alright, so our little doggos are ready to come out of the kiln. I'm gonna do a quick unloading. We'll see how they turned out. Ayo, that's a good melt, boys. Alright, so I bisque fired all the dogs and I wanted to show you kind of what we got. I also did glaze fire a couple just to test the waters on what I'm feeling, and I'll show you those too. So right now we got all of our dogs Bulls by Brody cards. I've been using painter's tape just to cover up the logo, and then we'll go over it with this this obsidian. so you can see the letters, and I'll wipe it off so that it's still got like a little spot. So yeah, we're just gonna glaze up the last four that we have here, and we'll let them dry, and then we'll do our lettering, and we'll fire them, and then we'll have some cool stuff. So these are some of the ones I got so far. Here, I'm just gonna sit down so I can kind of show you. So I did 2 different sets. The first set here, see, I just wanted to see, I can still refire this and then glaze, but yeah, I just did a little Bulls by Brody. I'm gonna reglaze them. They're not perfect, but they're kind of cool. So yeah, we're gonna glaze those. But then we also did a set like this using some Mako Shino. I thought these turned out kind of cool, but as you can see, it's kind of hard to see the Bulls by Brody. But do we like this? I think they're kind of cool. It kind of reminds me of like a classic, like a brick. It's pretty sweet. I might leave these ones the way they are. Bulls by Brody. So, hope we like them. So far, that's what we got. But we're gonna have to glaze the lettering on these, and we'll be done. So we'll get that done here in the next day or 2. Stay tuned. How we doing, folks? We got all of our dogs coming out of the kiln right now. So I figured I would really quickly here just do the final update. Hopefully these turned out good, because I'm gonna be honest, some of the glaze combinations I chose to go with were maybe a little questionable, and hopefully the Celadon that I used for the lettering did what it needed to do. Let's get it unpacked. Alright, so some of these, as you can see, might not have been turned out ideal. You know, that Celadon glaze, even though you can see through it pretty well, it still can be kind of tough. And this charcoal color came through a little too well on some of these, as you can see. But we got quite a few. We did a kind of a test tile with these as well. Yeah, some of these turned out pretty cool. You know, I think some of these turned out kind of nice. One of my personal favorites right here. That's like the ancient jasper. I love the jasper. And then I showed you guys this one. This is the Albany Slit Brown. That's one of my favorites. So yeah, we got these little dogs. We'll give these out. Not a lot, but we'll make some more, and hopefully in better condition, because stuff like this is just kind of unacceptable. Still, cool little doggo. Maybe we'll sign the back. We'll maybe put a little collar around him. We can maybe see if that works out. I'll just show you guys maybe like what my intentions are here. I was thinking about using twine and then maybe attaching like a card or something, like an actual business card. So we'll see. It's just an idea currently. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for following along. Maybe it wasn't the most ideal outcome with the glazes. Definitely could have had some better results, but we got some cool ones, and we'll give these out. They're not something that I really expect to be charging people for. These are definitely something that we'll be giving out, but I wanted to bring you guys along with the journey. I haven't made a video in a couple weeks, and yeah, thank you so much for your support, and feel free to message me if you have any questions about pottery, or leave a comment below. You know, I'm always responding to comments, so if you have any questions, I love to answer them, and love to help in any way that I can. So really appreciate it, and best regards.